The Starfruit G Fuel cans have finally arrived. Let's try it. What is up, everybody? Today we are finally gonna take a look at the new Starfruit G Fuel can inspired by Noisy Butters, and I've also mixed up a batch of the Starfruit G Fuel powder, and so I will be comparing the two, giving you my thoughts, a score for the can, as well as deciding which one I prefer, the can or the powder. But before I do so, you know what time it is. G Fuel code DannyD is 10 to 30% off at gfuel.com. Using that code will not only save you some dinero on your G Fuel orders at gfuel.com, but it also supports my content and allows me to continue being a full-time content creator. So if you've used the code in the past or you're planning on using the code, I really appreciate it. But now, without further ado, let's review some G Fuel. I want to start off by saying I have not had any caffeine today, so I apologize if I seem a little tired. I forgot to mention that in my Blue Bomber slushy can video, and when I was editing it, I was like, wow, I look like a zombie. But back to what's important. Here is a closer look at the Starfruit G Fuel can. We got Noisy Butters on the side. We got lots of stars, very fitting since it's called Starfruit. And there are the nutrition facts. If you did not know, the standard G Fuel can is 300 milligrams of caffeine, 0 calories, and 0 sugar. 300 milligrams of caffeine is a lot, so take it easy when you're drinking these things. Don't be chugging them like it's a bottle of water. Now, I swear I remember this can being teased on like Twitter or something by the G Fuel account like 6 months ago, and ever since I laid eyes on it, I've been excited to try it because Starfruit is a very refreshing flavor, and when it comes to simple G Fuel flavors, I feel like Starfruit is one of those more complex flavors that has a lot going for it and can't be labeled as just a one-note flavor. So now, let's crack open the can and compare it to the powder. First G Fuel of the day. Let's give it a little smell. Ooh, very light Starfruit smell. I'm almost getting that Tetris Blast gummy smell. Let me smell the powder. The powder smells a lot stronger with this one. Usually it's the can that smells stronger. All right, time for the moment of truth. Ooh, interesting. Let me have some of the powder. Wow, those are different, but similar at the same time. Really, it's the aftertaste that I think is very different between the two. With the can, I get that initial Starfruit taste, but then it quickly transitions to this aftertaste that is like Starfruit, but very artificial. I'm definitely enjoying that initial taste, but that aftertaste is a little strange. And I don't think I've gotten that aftertaste from any other cans. With the powder, we get that initial Starfruit taste, but then it kind of lingers throughout. And it doesn't really change into any aftertaste that I would find similar to the aftertaste in the can, if that makes sense. This is an interesting one. I would definitely say the powder is more refreshing. I'm definitely getting more of a real fruit taste with that one. And I get that same flavor with the can, but only for the initial first half of the flavor. And I'm not really a fan of that aftertaste, to be honest. I love that initial taste, and I wish I got that initial taste throughout, but instead halfway through it shifts into this strange, artificial, I guess, Starfruit taste. I don't know, I've never had real Starfruit, so maybe real Starfruit has that strange aftertaste. I'm just not getting that aftertaste with the powder is all. I also think that the powder is slightly sweeter, and being that it's such a light flavor, I think that sweetness is very important, and so I'm a little let down by the fact that the can doesn't have that sweetness to it, or at least not as much. I really do need to sit down and rank the cans at some point. That is going to be a very caffeine-packed day. We're somewhere around 30 to 40 cans at this point, I believe. And off the top of my head, there's like 3 or 4 cans I can think of that I'm not a huge fan of. That is Snow Cone, Pink Drip, Clickbait, and now I guess I would add Starfruit to that list. Also not a huge fan of the Tropical Rain can, but I think it was discontinued. But everybody has different taste buds. You might like this one more than I do. I just personally prefer when the can and the powder taste a lot more similar. And when it comes down to deciding whether I like the powder or the can more, I'm going with the powder every single time. And with those thoughts, I am gonna give the Starfruit G Fuel can a 6.2. out of 10. One thing I want to note is that when it comes to those 4 or 5 cans I mentioned not liking a whole lot, this is towards the top of those cans. So it is by no means like my least favorite can or anything like that. I just feel like it's a can I'm not going to be reaching for as much as others. And if you're wondering what my favorite cans are, I would say my top 3 are currently Flavor Bomb, Watermelon Limeade, and Ninja Cotton Candy. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you get your hands on the Starfruit G Fuel can? And if so, what do you prefer, the can or the powder? And I always like to ask whenever I review cans, what's your favorite can flavor? I'm genuinely curious. And before I go, if you guys like these reviews, you find them helpful, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications and select all so that anytime I upload a new G Fuel review, it goes straight to you. Also guys, there are still Danny Dorito 23 G Fuel shakers in stock. If you have not tried G Fuel before, or maybe you're just looking to try some new flavors without having to commit to buying a full tub yet, I highly suggest picking up a Danny Dorito 23 G Fuel starter kit. Stay tuned for more reviews very soon. And I also got my hands on the Naruto Miso Ramen G Fuel collector's box, and I actually reviewed that flavor back in April when I got my hands on this sample container that G Fuel sent me. However, if you guys have not noticed, I've recently doubled down on posting YouTube shorts. I post like 2 to 3 every day, and because of that, the channel has been exploding, and I think we're gonna hit 200K very soon. I might have even hit it by the time you watch this video. And so as a thank you, or to celebrate that, I will be making a batch of ramen noodles and using the Miso Ramen G Fuel powder to flavor it. So stay tuned for that. But that is gonna be it for this one, guys. As always, stay safe, be nice to each other out there, and I will see you in the next one. Peace! Such a strange aftertaste.